Let us join together in prayer. Infinite Spirit of the universe, manifesting love and tenderness from fragile flower to the mightiest oak, ever expressing infinite care and wisdom, creating a desire for a more complete understanding of life's obligations and opportunities. Let us attune ourselves to you, knowing that from this contact comes a more perfect understanding of the laws which govern our being, a more perfect comprehension of our duties, and greater courage to face our daily lives. Teach us to learn more of that great power of your Spirit to which we journey, more of its nature, its illuminations, its glories. May we discover more and more avenues of communications between two worlds and attain a higher, a truer, a deeper appreciation of the truths of spiritualism. May we continue to grow in knowledge and wisdom, and through our healing and evidential mediums, reach humanity everywhere, bringing into their lives this great truth which has been brought into our lives, giving us a sense of joy, peace, and understanding. Amen.
Today's reading is from Opening Doors Within, 365 Daily Meditations from Findhorn by Eileen Caddy. June 21st. Because yesterday was not all it should have been, does not matter. Yesterday is finished and gone, and you can do nothing about it. Today is a completely different matter. It lies beyond you, untouched and unblemished. And it is up to you to make it the most wonderful day. How do you start off each day? Remember, it is no concern of anyone else. It is something you and you alone have to choose to bring about. Try to start the day off with inner peace and contentment, by taking time to be still and allowing that peace to infill and enfold you. Do not rush into the day unprepared and out of harmony. If you do, it is easy to take that state of mind into the day, allowing it to affect the whole day and all those souls that you contact. It is up to you to choose what today is going to be, and then make it so. Why not choose now? Thank you.
Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to have been invited to address you at this time during the uncertain times that we face within the world. It's something that really puts a sense of reflection and makes you look at life in a truly different way. And as a spiritualist, it really puts the spirit in action throughout these times. Being the president of a church and the building being closed, it's a real heartbreaking situation because our community can no longer be together. You know, the fear of this virus, the fear of this pandemic, and all the vulnerable people that it affects, not just in health of the physical, but also in the mental health that people face as well. So this lockdown, this pandemic has caused a lot of uncertainty. It's triggered a lot of mental health for those that are lonely, frustration, worry, stress, sense of isolation. And one thing I've noticed within the spiritualist community is that we've reached out on a different level. We've gone beyond the buildings of the churches and we've reached out into a virtual community. And of course, not everybody is part of that virtual community because we have people that maybe can't work a computer or a phone or a tablet or an iPad or whatever it is that they may have. So we've been reaching out, and I'm sure other churches and centres have, by post, by telephone, just making sure that everybody is taken care of. But myself as a spiritual medium and doing services and having a daytime job as well, and a life and home and family, all those things, you know, being busy, being on that hamster wheel, as I call it. You know, I always complained about being on the hamster wheel and not being able to get off. And that was stress within itself. But then what happens when that hamster wheel jams? The hamster comes flying off. You know, we're flying in midair, not knowing really where we're going to land at the moment. And really what I wanted to give within this address was to see whether we can engage in hope, the light, and the power of the Great Spirit. Because what we find in these uncertain times, without preaching to you, it's a case of knowing who you truly are. Because we all have a light within us. We all have a spirit within. And the vehicle is the soul of the spirit. And the more that we engage with that spirit within, in connection with the Great Spirit as one, the more that we acknowledge the true essence of what life is about, and the more that we acknowledge that true spirit within us and that light, the more that we can acknowledge it within another. And at this time, these times of darkness, these times of uncertainty, it's time for us to share that light, to those that may be in that darkness, that are feeling lonely, that are feeling tired. Whether that light is shared at a 2-meter distance or absent, virtual, or over the telephone. You know, it's dire circumstances that people find themselves become magnified in this situation. Now there is hope that this virus is starting to subside, but there is fear of a second wave as well. And this time more than ever, we need to join together. We need to expand our virtual community. We need to speak words of compassion. We need to understand people. We need to be within that love. And what I have noticed throughout this time over these past few weeks is it's really truly bringing out the good, the bad, and the ugly in people. It's resurfacing all those insecurities that people may hold. The people that we don't normally see are all online. You know, we're all on the same platform. And probably spending more time online than we normally would. So with all them fueled emotions and insecurities, they get ignited. They start the fire within the online community of hate, of misunderstanding and prejudice. And it's so sad to see this. And with myself being a person of, I would say, social justice, of equality, it's hard to just sit there whilst you can see all this turmoil unfolding. And people that you once knew as peaceful individuals have become like the keyboard warrior. And I know that this is just a time now. This is a time of chaos. This is a time of transformation in a way for the world. That's my feeling. That's my opinion. And when we get through this, hopefully, we will all become better people from it. Spiritualism is a religion. It's a religion of life. To me, it promotes life within life as life after life. But sometimes we can get so consumed with the death and we can forget to live. And my address today is basically about living. It's about life. It's about purpose. Use this time wisely to find out who you are. We can all make excuses to not do things, you know, to not pray, to not sit in the power. We can all make them excuses because our life and our minds can be chaotic. But you know, if we just take them moments, just take that moment to be able to sit and look within. It may be uncomfortable because of everything that is going on around you, the chaos that your life is in, the problems that have been magnified, intensified. But if you can just sit and connect with that spirit within you, just for a short time, maybe 5 minutes, you're then engaging with the soul of you, the power of you. And if you can just direct inwards, just for a short time, the storm of life that you may feel that you're within at this time, you become the eye of the storm. You become that peace. And when you find that peace within, and you get a break from that anxiety, you get a break from that worry, that turmoil, you get a break from that magnifying issues of life. That break, that peace brings clarity. A clarity so that it'll help you to move forward. A clarity and a peace that allows light and inspiration to come in and unfold, so that that may be an expression of the soul and of the spirit within your life. The more that we hold on to the worries and the concerns and the negativity, the more of a downward spiral that we become. And it's a vicious circle. So sometimes we just need to break that cycle, and you can do that yourself. And you can enable that within somebody else too. How many times have we had them conversations with people where somebody's really worried, I don't really want to see anybody at this time because I've just got so much on my mind. And you know, the phone rings and you pick that phone up, and before you know it, you're having a conversation, and at the end of it, you feel so much better because it's broken that worry. That worry may have been shared, and that problem shared is a problem halved, so they say. And who knows, when we look at the droplets of God, when we look at the spirit world, and we look at mediumship, it's not necessarily just connecting and communicating with the spirit world through a medium. There's lots of inspiration that can happen. There's lots of miracles that can happen within life. We just need to be aware of it. So if we get inspired to make a phone call to somebody that we've not spoken to for a long time, trust it. Because who knows, especially in these times, that phone call could potentially save somebody's life. You may be that person that is able to share that light within you, to shine it upon the darkness in the life that they feel at this time. We've got a long way to go within these uncertain times. And it's in my prayers every day that we all come through this stronger. You know, as everybody else, we care for our friends and our family. We know that God is within us. We know that God is around us. But I pray that those people in need, those people that may not have any faith or belief, that they too feel them prayers. They feel that presence and understand within their lonely times that God, or the divine spirit, however you would perceive your God to be, is certainly with them. We're not sending God there. We're just praying with the intention that they truly know that God is there with them to help them through this time. We also pray that the droplets of God inspire those scientists, those people who are looking for a vaccination, for a cure for this virus, but not just for this virus. All those people within power in the different countries, may they be inspired with the wisdom to do the right things for humanity, for the true purpose of their soul, rather than coming from the bad side of ego and greed, which is what the the ruling of the world is in some cases. So if we could just embrace and know that the power of the Great Spirit is in all these places, and that light is shone upon the darkness, upon amongst the shadows that things are cast upon. The world in which we live can truly be a more magical place. The wonders of the world are already magical. The potential of our lives are incredible. We all have that potential. We all have a purpose. But it just falls upon us being aware of that. It falls upon us believing in ourselves. And sometimes we need someone else to believe in us. Believe in us long enough for us to believe in ourselves. So in turn, it's just giving those tools, what we've learned for ourselves to believe in, to be able to empower somebody else with those tools so that they may start to believe and love themselves. And all this is through the brotherhood of man. So I'm going to leave those words that I've been inspired to share with you this morning. And I hope that they've resonated with you on one level or in many levels. Just take the feeling, and I wish you all well, and God bless.
Take a moment for yourself. Find somewhere that you can rest. Close your eyes and vision